Hello and welcome back. So last time let off at this point we did the wall orientation of my ground floor with these typical columns over here, and for those who have forgotten, our main objective is for the end of it all to come up with something like this. So we are trying to move this what we have in 3D to eventually come into this. So yeah, let's proceed. So next, what I want to do, we'll be doing the typical doors and windows of this, but before I go ahead and do that, let me do the slab of this. I'll go back to my ground floor. I'll go to this slab tab over here, but before I go to this slab tab, let me create a new texture that I'm going to use for my slab. I'll go to element attributes, go to surfaces, and click on the floorboard type of texture, this floorboard one. The floorboard one type of texture looks like this, but I want to look for different variations of this texture that I can use. So I'm coming to this texture tab over here. I'll go to browse, and then from browse I can click the different textures that I can see over here and try to see the different models that I can have. And for this case, I just want to use this one. This is it's quite bright compared to the one that we have initially over here. This kind of textures will help basically to improve on the lighting of your house. If you have a bright texture, you're going to have more light access. So I'm going to set this as floorboard copy one. Yeah, just press OK. Just press OK again. So I'll now come to this my slab tab and double click it. I'll select this basic structure composite so that I can be able to vary its thickness and do a slab. Typical slab is basically 150 type of thickness. Cell bit project 0. And now on the top texture, I'll use the new texture that you have, the newly texture that you have just created. And this one floorboard copy 1. Allow these other textures. Yeah, and just press OK. I'll just then come to this point, and basically, as you can see at this point, my slab is set at a polygon, since the structure that I'm working with is a polygon. And in order for me to place a slab, I'll just go and move this cursor all around the perimeters of this floor plan. And like maybe I was working with something that was symmetrical, like a rectangle, then I could have opted to use a rectangular, or can use a rotated rectangular. They are different that can use, but for this one, we're just going to set it as this polygon. And basically, once I've clicked at that point of the node, we'll just basically move this node all around where I want my slab to enclose. Basically, do it like this. Take note that for this outside porches, I'll be using a different texture on them, so I'll not be enclosing them this time. But once I'm done with this slab, we'll do the slab for this outside porches, since we are going to use a different texture for them. Just basically drag this and drag this and back to my starting point like that. And I go to my 3D. I have this as my typical slab right over there. Go back to my ground floor. Create a new texture. Not even create a new texture, but rather change the texture for this top surface. Instead of using floorboards, I'll use this type of tiles over here. I'll use this one, white meat. Let me use white meat. Just basically come to the typical slab of this. For this one now, you could have opted to use the rectangular setting. For this one, you can just use this rectangular. It allows me to work more faster. And for this other back porch right over here, I still use this. I go to my 3D. I have as such. So I'll go back to my ground floor, and but before I go back to my ground floor, I need to vary the height of these columns. As you can see, I also need for them to start on the same level. I'm having my slab. So I'll go to column settings, and go back to segment, column, and then bring this at a level of 150, negative 150, and then set this at a height of let me do an additional 500 on there. 500, it's at 3650. For now, you can leave it at that. It's 3650. We'll later on go ahead and just edit, if need be, for us to edit their height. But we'll go back to my ground floor. The aim of this video is to do the doors and the windows, so let's get right into it. We'll go to this window tab. Let me begin with the doors instead of the window. I'll come to this my door tool, double click it, and once I click it, I have this pop-up window over here. I need a double door, so instead of using door 24, I'll use this double door 24. And I want this to begin at a level of 0, level 0. I'll set it at a height of 2500 since my wall is 3000, so I'm taking that I'm going to do my walling up to a height of 2500 and later on do a beam of 500. Yeah, so I'll just take the height of the door beam 2500. The height, the length, the width actually can just leave it at 1500. Go back to inch door settings. I'll use HV, and then I use this kind of knob. Let me use knob 3, and then you can move further. Go to the opening lines and do the opening lines. For those who have watched my previous videos, know that I don't like using the opening lines on my doors. And then for this uniform surface, I'll just allow this and then work on ivory black so that the frames of this HVC will basically be ivory black. Can then do the casing of this casing outside. Yeah, can increase on this casing width. Can work with the 100 and then basically create a texture for this model surface. But let's use a typical glossy white without even creating a new texture for this. But you can opt to go ahead and just create a new texture for this. Let's press OK. And then right over here is where I have my door. But I need to open it from the inside like that. I go to 3D. Yeah, that's my typical door. Something that I need to change right here. As you can see, I think these are the opening lines that I said I didn't want to enable them. The selection settings. Let me see the opening lines. Yeah, you see the opening lines are still visible. I need to do them. Just press OK. As you can see now, with the opening lines gone, at least I have a more realistic door, and it gets to improve on the aesthetics of your door. Yeah, I'll go back to my ground floor and do another door. Go back to click on this double door. On this door tool, instead of using a double door, I want to use door 24. That is single. Use a HEB grid. The handle you can use still knob 3. Then basically go to the opening lines and do the opening lines. Basically go to the model attributes of this uniform door surface, do a glossy and ivory black on this. Do the casing of this, the outside casing need to be in uniform, and just edit its thickness to 100, and then do the casing of this and use a glossy white surface of this. Press OK. Yeah, and just do this. I need this typical door to be right over here, right over there. And also need another typical door right over there. And also, yeah, basically that's the points where I need to use those types of windows. We'll just do another type of door for this. Go back to door 24. Instead of using no grid, this time we'll use style 4. For the knob, I can use still knob 3. And then go to my opening line, and do this opening line. Go to my model attributes. Instead of using wood pine, still use wood mahogany. And then uniform door surface. And then go to the casing outside. Casing of 100. Casing of 100, and then for the model, just allow this and do the glossy out of this. Press OK. And now I'm going to have this type of door right over here. That door. So for this one, allows me to enter this. That gives me access to these rooms. Also use this door to give me access to this WC. This same door to give me access to this. Let me place it on this direction. I don't know, let me not place it there. Let me place it right over here. Give me access to this pantry. I'm still going to have one over here to give me access to that. That's all. Let me just do it where it was initially. This point. Yeah. The different ways that you get to open your doors actually does count on improving on the aesthetics of your plan. Those are my typical doors that I have over there. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay, I can do another door over here that gives me access to this. That's all type of door that I need to do. I think that's pretty much it. Next, what I can do, I'm gonna go to 3D, try to see what we have been doing. So our typical doors. Yeah. The next I'll just do now the windows. I'll go to my ground floor. Go to this window tool, double click it. Once it pops out, I'll still use window 24 and just do some edits of this. I'll begin my I can work with 1000, 1500, but for this one, since it's going to be at the lodge, how to do the doors that I'm going to place at the lodge. Can begin it at a lower level, 750. Typical thickness, I can work with 1800 of this, but I'll still now change the thickness of this, so it's relative. When I go back to this my image, as you can see, I haven't placed so many grids on these windows. I've been using typically two grids. So I'll go back, select search options, select HVC, and set this to 2 by 2, and then basically go back to the opening lines, override this, go to my model attributes, allow this, and then just do the ivory black texture on them, and then basically do the casing of this, casing outside, uniform casing, and then do the model attributes of this. Use the exclusive white, just press OK. I need to have this window right over there, and then I can vary these other ones. The length of this, you can use 1200 or 500. Let me use 1500. Let's see if it does suit me. Yeah, you can work with 1500 right over there, and another 1500. I'm just placing them at an arbitrary points. I'm not very specific on where I can place them. I'm leaving this space over here for where I can place my TV stand and maybe mount my TV and such. So I'll leave it as that. There is typical windows. I can still use this type of windows right over here, this edge, similarly to this other space. And this deals with the cost of electricity. With that increase in cost of electricity, we want to maximize on natural lighting. We want to maximize on a lot of natural light. So place this typical window right over there. Also on this edge, this window right over there. And for this dining area, I'm going to have this typical window right over there. For this other one, I can vary its thickness, so work with the 1200. Place it right over there. This is a store. This is a store for storage of maybe some form of machinery that you can be having, maybe wheelbarrows and such. But this particular one is for the pantry, for the storage of foodstuffs, more of a granary. So that's why we have these two types. We have the pantry and the store right over there. Also need to do some typical windows for this small points over here. So you can still work with this 1200. I need to do some windows for this point and for this other one. For this one, so I just need to vary this and place it to be at a height of let me say, to begin at a height of 2500 minus so I'm doing 2500 minus 750. That gives me 1750. To begin at a height of 1750, I have to vary this height over here to be 750 now, and this height over here to be 900. Basically that's that. For the other textures, maybe vary the casing outside and work with casing of 50 instead of 100, or maybe 75. Yeah, press OK. And then just do this typical window right over there. Similarly for this other side, I can do this typical window right over there. I don't think there is anywhere else that I have isolated. So typically this is what we have, the typical doors and windows. So I think for this one I've done pretty much everything for this one, for this edge. I think I can now go back to my ground floor. I can come back to my image, see what else we can do. I think for now I've done these windows. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we need to do for this first story. I think let's see how long the video has taken. About 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. I can stop at that. I don't want for the videos to be that long. So that my next video, just go ahead and start off on my first story. I'll do a typical slab over here and just move to my first story. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, don't give up. Let's continue and see if the end of it all you can be able to come up with this, something like this, Also, at some point we're going to do this very long window. So yeah, stick with me till the end. Thank you.